Hey everybody, so we're going to go ahead and upload the penguin, the 3D penguin. And this right here is the scalable vector graphic. It looks like that with the little triangle on it. And it comes in here. You can tag them here if you want to. And then click on him so that the green box is around him and he shows down here. And then you insert him. This file is a little big, so it takes a little longer. Okay. So I've got it already reduced at 75%. You can make it bigger or smaller to see what you're working on. He is 9 by, let's say it's feet are about an inch, so about 9 by 10, or about 11 by 11, I guess. I think I'm gonna make him just a little bit smaller. I don't want to have extra size mat. Oh, never mind. Let's take him and ungroup him because the feet are going to be flat. So I'm going to take the feet off and move the feet over here because this is the actual size of my penguin. So he is going to be 6 by 10.5 inches. So I think that's big enough. If I wanted to make him bigger, I would need to put the feet back on and then resize them all at the same time and maybe make them a little bit, maybe an inch bigger. So I would just grab that and make him 12 by 1. Let me just get that back, 12 by 1. And then take the feet back off and then see what size I've got him. Oops. Sorry about that. Say. So it's 6 by 10.7, which is good. So an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper will work fine for him. Cardstock, I mean. And this is the little wedge that's gonna go in between the two layers. And then the little feet are gonna bend at these right here, at these spots right here, and then glue in between the layers. And his little beak looks a little funny because it is going to be cut out and then glued together as well. You can change the colors that you want. You just select the item that you want to change the color of and then go to this little box right here and make it any color you want. The color just signifies that it'll cut on a separate mat, but it doesn't signify the color that it has to be. So you can change those colors any way you want. You can also not cut the hat. You could hide the hat by hitting these little eyeballs over here and the hat won't print or cut. And bring them back. You hit this little undo button up here to put everything back in order. You can see that it's set to cut all the pieces. So what I like to do, if you've watched my videos before, is you'll see that I like to go ahead and look at my mats to see what they look like. But first, I'm going to save this guy because if anything happens, then I have to start all over again. So I'm just going to call him the 3D penguin and save him. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and make it and see how my mats look and if I need to move anything or change the colors or do anything that way. My black mat. Yep, so I should have 2 of the black, so the front and the back. The hat looks good. The feet and the bills look good. And then this is the rest of the penguin. So not a whole lot to him, but he's going to be very cute when he is all cut out and done. And I'm going to go ahead and get started to make him. So I wanted to show you how you go ahead and assemble the penguin. I had done this on my camera and none of it recorded, so I'm just going to show you real quickly here until I make get a chance to make another one and record that. So it comes into design space and it looks like this. You have two pieces of the black, which are the bases for the front and the back. So this guy is the front. So what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that when you're working on this guy, the narrower part of the wing is there and the bigger part's there, and that'll make a difference when you do the back part, and I'll tell you that when we get to the back part. So you're going to take your dots, your foam dots, and you're going to attach this little guy to this guy. Now these are very narrow, so you'll need to cut your foam dots down to a smaller size, or you can just go ahead and glue that straight on top of there. It doesn't matter whichever way you want to do it. So you're going to want to attach both of these to the side of the body, just like that. Okay, so that will be attached then. So let's go ahead and do that so you can see this coming together. All right, get these guys and put him on there. So just imagine that you're doing this with your hands, you know, that you're attaching this with the dots and putting it all together, or gluing it and putting it all together. Okay, I just want to give you a tutorial so you could get started. Then you're going to want to attach this guy right here and line up the neck right here. And that's what's going to matter. And then just look around to make sure that everything looks good, not touching and everything. Be sure to put some foam dots right here in the neck and along the side here and on the bottom and right here on the sides here. And that way he'll give a good 3D effect and have a solid body. Next, go ahead and put on his belly. And that just goes centered right in there. And then you're going to want to put dots on this. Now, I would put dots, little dots around the little snowflake just so that it doesn't cave in, and then a dot at the top, bottom, and then the sides. Okay, and then you'll put him on top of the belly. Okay, so then next comes the face, and you're going to go ahead and center this guy down here, and just till you get it, till it's about right at that level. You can always move it around, so I suggest putting it on there first before you glue it down or put the dots on. And then the eyes, what happens with the eyes is the eyes sit on top of here, but it leaves enough space up here at the top so it's not touching. So you're just going to have to finagle it a little bit. I'm going to put it down just a little bit lower. And then this right here should still show. You shouldn't put the eyes down too far. And then go ahead and put his little eyeballs. And you can, of course, turn these any way you want if you want him looking at a certain thing, or, you know, straight ahead, or however you want to do it. And these are his little eyebrows, so you just take one and you'll put one on top of the other, and they go on top of the gray part, just above the eye, the white eye. And so you'll foam dot those together. All right, now the nose right here, you can do a couple things. I didn't put any score lines or anything, but you can score it in half. You're just gonna fold it, you're gonna fold it in half, completely in half. And then let me see if I can, I'm gonna go ahead and add the score lines just in case if you want to do it. Okay, it doesn't want to, I don't know why it won't load a score line for me, whatever. It just updated, so there must be an issue. All right, so there's a line going to go straight across there. You just cut it out, fold it in half. And then you're going to fold just 1/4 of an inch below that fold down here. And let me make it a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm talking about. So you're going to fold it right in half. And then you're going to fold it just about 1/4 of an inch down below. That will be the lower part of his beak, so the top part folds over onto the bottom of the beak, and it'll be a little bit longer. And then this little 1/4 inch that you have here is what you're going to glue on to the penguin, and you're going to put it, you know, probably about right there in the middle of the black beak. So that's probably the hardest part for me to show you how to do on here, but I think you get the idea. Okay, then you're going to attach the hat. And the hat should just go from this dot to this dot just like you're wearing your own hat. So you're just going to fit them on there until it gets down there like that. Okay. And then when you're working with this, of course, you can move everything, adjust it down. It's a little bit too high because his eyebrow is going to touch the hat and I don't want that. So I'm just going to move this stuff down. Oops. Okay. Oh goodness. All right. Well, you get the idea. So I would just move the eyebrows down. It's just really giving me a hard time right now. So, all right. Then you're going to attach the other part of the hat on top of that. And then you have the bands for the hat. So you have the red band that's going to go, let me see, that's going to go down to the bottom. You have both the front and the top and the bottom on here. Okay. So this guy is going to go on top. Let me go ahead and send that to the front. It's going to go right on top of the hat there. And then this goes right on top of that. Like that. So now your whole front piece is put together and the little beaks put together on here. All right, so then the feet right at the top here, right there where that little spot is right at the top here, you're going to just bend all of these, fold them. So you can put them all together and then fold them so they're all folding in the same place. And then you're going to want to glue. So these you can either glue together or dot them, but at the top here, don't dot them. You're going to want to glue those three together because you're going to bend these right here and then you're going to glue it to the back of the penguin like that so that he's sitting on these feet. Okay, so we're going to dot these together. Put dots in between them down here at the bottom. And then this guy you can glue or dot, either way. Fold it right here. Glue all that together. And then glue the front of that to the black part. And that's what he's going to sit on, so they'll be flat. Okay? This piece is going to be the wedge that goes in between this and this in this area right here. You're going to just fold it. I usually use about either 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch on both sides, and then you'll put the flat part so that it's sitting on the table, and then the part that you folded up you're going to glue to the back of this guy. And then this side glues to the inside of this guy. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so now for the back. Now, remember what I told you about, lining it up? So this part right here is going to get glued to this and attached with dots here and on the shoulders to this side. So you want to flip this over to start adding all of this on. You do not want to do it on this side, because these will not line up if you do it on this side. So when you're working on it, be sure to flip it over. So let me see if I can get that. I think I can get that flipped for you. Okay, so now you see you're going to work on this side with the the wider part. Okay. All right, so then we're going to attach this and use the same thing that you did at the front and attach with, put some dots right there for the stronger neck and then on the sides. And then this is his little tail, so you're going to do the same thing that we did with the feet. You're going to put them all together with the dots, or you don't have to dot these. You can just leave them fanned. It's really cute. It looks like his little tail. And then you're going to fold it right here. Now, it's your choice whether to fold it or not. If you fold it and you glue it to here, on the front side, you'll fold this back and glue it here. These will fan out a little bit more, or you could just go ahead and dot those and put them on here, and then dot all these and then put it on there. Either way, however you decide, whatever's easier for you. And then you're going to just dot these guys together. That's his little hair on the back. Okay, and then you're going to add the hat just like you did the front with the, now you can put these guys together to make sure that you're lining up the hat. So you could flip this guy over and then attach the hat so that they're lined up. That's probably another little tricky part, but if you follow like getting these right here lined up, you should be good. It's not going to allow you to go. Now if you kind of get off a little centered or whatever, that's why I'm saying to put them together. Okay, and I forgot on the front, these little guys up here. They're just little poofs to go on top of the hat. So you just put a dot in there and stick it on the top of the hat. I'm going to arrange these to the front. And then this goes here and here. And let me arrange those to the front. Okay, and then we'll put our little pieces here. Glue that one on. And then glue this one on. Okay. Okay, so now the back is done. So I'm going to go ahead and group this just to show you, so I can flip it, because this, you'll be working on this side and then you'll flip it over. Well, that didn't actually work. Let me undo that because I'm trying to show you what I'm talking about. Let me ungroup it first. I'm going to send this guy to the front. There you go. So when we turn it around, that's what's going to happen. Okay, then group this guy. I hope I'm not confusing you here. Okay, so now when you flip it over, all your designs are going to be on the other side, and then you're going to, I forgot to group it, sorry. I group it. Okay, then you'll attach this to this, and you see now they're lined up. And now you can see too that the hat isn't quite lined up. That's why you should put these guys together first and then put either the front or the back hat on so they line up appropriately. That's the only thing you need to worry about, lining up. Now another thing that I did on the back of this guy, let me go ahead and flip him back so we're working on the right side, is when I cut these guys out, the blue, you know you're going to have this blue section in here. What I did was I took that blue section that cut out and I put it on here. And I centered it, like I put it like as if this piece was on there, but it's not. So it's going to go right there on this guy. Okay, it's not going to butt up all the way to the end. And that was just to give them some more color on the back. Okay, so I hope that made sense. And when I recut it, I'll do a video on it in person. All right. And as always, just shoot me a question or a email if you have any questions.